Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to share with you a Labor Day sale haul that I did with Kino Lorber. And so I've got a few movies to show you today. I want to say too, I really like Kino Lorber. You've probably seen some of the other sale hauls that I've done here. I also want to say that I really enjoy, my preference is for physical media whenever possible, when the price is right. So if you've watched this channel before, you know that I'm looking for sales, looking for really a good price on Blu-rays and DVDs to add to my collection. And Kino Lorber certainly provides that. They do a great number of sales. This video is not endorsed by Kino Lorber at all, but I really enjoy the fact that they have quite a few frequent sales. This happened to be a Labor Day sale, but they also have a While They Last sale, which is a great one to participate in, because once those Blu-rays and DVDs are gone, they're gone. They're pretty much out of print. So we know how it's very hard to find things that go out of print, because then you're looking on eBay or other outlets to find those things. So I'm going to show you these, and the first one I'm going to start with is this one. If you watch the channel, you know what a fan I am of documentaries. This is a documentary that was on Netflix a few years ago. Haven't seen a physical media release for it except for Kino Lorber. And this is a DVD. I wish it was a Blu-ray. If you know there's a Blu-ray, if there's a Blu-ray release of this out there somewhere, let me know. I'd certainly like to upgrade this, but I've seen this a couple times. This is a profile of Harvard professor Richard Alpert, who became Ram Dass, and so this has a lot of great documentary footage on it. There's exclusive additional footage on this as well. So I'm really happy to add this to the collection. Again, I only saw it on Netflix, and I haven't seen it anywhere else. So I'm happy to add this one. The next one is also a DVD, and this one I really know nothing about, but I picked it up because it is a documentary and it is about a filmmaker. Billy Wilder Speaks, and here's the front of that and the back of it. And I'm going to read some of the extra features on here. I don't know too much about Billy Wilder. I've seen a little bit of Some Like It Hot. I don't think I have watched the whole movie through, but he's a talented guy for sure. So this has some special features, some 70 minutes of additional interview footage, a gallery of Billy Wilder trailers, optional English subtitles, a Billy Wilder filmography, and an essay on the making of the film, which is, again, unusual to see on a DVD. But of course he did Sunset Boulevard and Some Like It Hot, and of course many other films too. But I have seen years ago probably his films. I just don't remember a lot of them. So I thought this would be a good way to reintroduce myself to his work. So I'm really excited about this. I just wanted to see. There's also, it says rare clips, rare film clips, photos, and over 100 minutes of bonus footage, which again, for a DVD is really great. Now moving on to the Blu-rays. These are some of these films I don't know that much about, but I like to pick these up so I can learn more about them. I should say too that the Ram Dass DVD was $11. Everything I'm showing you today is less than $10, with the exception of the Ram Dass DVD and one other Blu-ray that I'll show in just a minute here. This is a Jack Lemmon film called Koch with Walter Matthau. I was really interested to see a film directed by Jack Lemmon. So there's the front and the back of that one. I really don't know anything about this movie, but it does have an audio commentary by film historians Lee Gambin and Emma Westwood, and a promotional trailer with Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon. So I'm really excited to see this one. It was really at a good price, again, less than $10. So I'm excited to see this one. The Offense with Sean Connery. This is another movie from Sidney Lumet. Now if you watch the channel, you know that I'm studying Sidney Lumet films, and I'm still doing that, although I've been diverted with a couple of other projects, but I'm still working on this. Here's the front and the back of that movie. I have seen this movie on demand. I believe this was on Amazon Prime, and this is just a great Sidney Lumet film and highlights his collaboration with Sean Connery, which he did 3 films with Sean Connery. So I'm really excited to see this. This is from 1973, and there's no extra features on it, but I'm happy to add this one to the collection. I think this is one of the only versions of this movie out there, so if you know any different, please let me know in the comments below. And it would be interesting to see a special release of that. The next movie is The Onion Field, which I saw many, many years ago. I haven't seen it in a long time. This is The Onion Field, the front and the back of that. And this is a great movie, again, from 1979. As you know from watching the channel, if you've seen the channel before, you know I'm a fan of the 70s movies. This has an interview with John Savage, an audio commentary with director Harold Becker, a Ring of Truth documentary, and a trailer on it. Again, some extra features, less than $10. This is great. I don't have this film, so now I have it. This is the other movie that is, this was about $20, but this is one of the only versions I've seen released to this, and Kino Lorber has it, of Andrei Tarkovsky's Nostalgia. And I did a study on Tarkovsky. Also, there's some videos on this. And this was one of my favorite Tarkovsky movies. A lot of times when people talk about Tarkovsky, they talk about Stalker, Solaris, Andrei Rublev. But this is one of my favorites. And this has a special feature. Well, it's not really a special feature, right? It's newly mastered in HD from archival 35mm film elements. I suppose that's a special feature, but that's essentially the film, right? Optional English subtitles and a trailer. But I love this film, and if you like Tarkovsky, I highly recommend this one. This one was at the top of my list for Tarkovsky. Just amazing, very poetic. You can see even the imagery on the front, which is part of the film. But what a great film this is, and I can't wait to see it again. And I'm happy to have this. I'd love to see Criterion do a release of this movie, as well as his last movie, The Sacrifice. That would be great to see. Okay, this next one is from 1981, Backroads with Sally Field and Tommy Lee Jones. Now, I'm sure I saw this back in the 80s, but I don't remember very much of it, so I can't really talk to it too much, but I thought this is a really good price. I think, again, a lot of these were $4.99, $5.99, which, again, is a great price. So, Backroads, what is this about? Sally Field reunites with her Norma Ray director. Now, I love Norma Ray. What a great movie that is. Martin Ritt, for this engaging road comedy that also stars Tommy Lee Jones. And I guess this was after Tommy Lee Jones did The Fugitive, which is cool. So anyway, this looks really good, and I'm excited to revisit it. Haven't seen it in many, many years. Another film I don't know anything about, but it's Avalanche, which was a very good price too. Again, $3.99, $4.99 I think for this. This is in the While Supplies Last, I believe, on the Kino Lorber website. And I'll link that in the description below as well if you don't know who Kino Lorber is as a company. This has an on-camera interview with producer Roger Corman. This is a Roger Corman produced film. On-camera interview with one of the co-stars, Robert Forster, and a trailer. Now, I know nothing about this, but this looked interesting and it was the right price, so now it's part of my collection. And finally, my last film is a Jerry Lewis film called Don't Give Up the Ship. I haven't seen this. I've seen many Jerry Lewis movies, but I haven't seen this one. There's the front and the back of that one. And so this looks pretty interesting. I don't really know anything about it, but it's great that it's newly mastered in HD from a 4K scan. A lot of these films are, but this one should be interesting as well. So that's my Kino Lorber movie haul from their Labor Day sale, as well as from the While Supplies Last sale on their website. And again, as I mentioned, I'll link their website below. I'm really a fan of these sales because it really gives me a chance to collect new movies, new physical media. As I've said before, my preference is for physical media. My preference at this point are Blu-rays, if possible, at least. I have a very small 4K collection, so Blu-ray is really the Blu-ray plus a digital code, I would say, would be the preferred format for me at this point. I am maintaining a small video library, movie library on Vudu as well as Amazon Prime, so it's nice to have that just for convenience, but my preference is physical media. So thanks so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate all the comments and questions. If you've seen some of these films, or if you're participating in the Kino Lorber sale, let me know what you got in the comments below. Ask a question. I'd love to keep the conversation going. And I really appreciate that. If you like this video, click on like. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please subscribe. That would be great. That really helps out a lot. And I sincerely hope everyone is safe and well. And I'll talk to you soon.